What's up guys, this is Bailey Stein with Android Authority, and here I have Lenovo's latest tablet, the Tab 3 Pro. It's a 10-inch tablet with an integrated projector and a friction kickstand. Let's take a look with our full review of the Lenovo Yoga Tab 3 Pro. When picking up the Yoga Tab, the first thing you'll notice are the material choices. With the Pro 3, Lenovo brings a leather rear and metal kickstand, held together by a plastic frame. Despite some initial, awkward handling, the Yoga tablet feels quite nice to hold. It is on the heavier side at 667 grams, however, especially when compared to the Galaxy S2's 392 grams. But that's likely due to the Yoga Tab's significantly larger 10,200 mAh battery, a trade-off which we think many users will actually appreciate. In addition to the Tab 3 Pro's strong build quality, it also has a splash-proof IP21 certification, meaning that it is protected from small amounts of water. Of course, we can't talk about a Yoga tablet without talking about the versatility offered by its kickstand. In terms of functionality, the Tab 3 Pro brings the same friction kickstand found in last year's model, in addition to the ability to hang the tablet from a nail or coat rack. The latter is admittedly very gimmicky, but the kickstand is of definite utility. Whether you choose to place the tablet in tilt mode, where the tablet sits with subtle elevation near the rear, or stand mode, where the tablet is quite literally standing, the kickstand is a feature that you'll absolutely love. It makes content consumption much more convenient when you don't necessarily have a free hand, and it's also nearly essential for getting the perfect angle when projecting. Lenovo has really seemed to focus on content consumption here, especially when you consider the Tab 3 Pro's 4 front-facing speakers. Those speakers are being marketed as JBL speakers with Dolby Atmos, and they sound pretty good with a good amount of volume. The Tab 3 Pro's power button is located on the top and is surrounded by a notification LED ring. The volume rocker is located just to the right, and the headphone jack can be found on the very bottom. With a 10.1-inch Quad HD IPS display, the Yoga Tab 3 Pro offers a respectable PPI of 299. The display looks great with accurate color reproduction and great viewing angles. It's also bright enough to read in direct sunlight, although the adaptive brightness is very buggy and the display itself scratches pretty easily. There also appears to be a slower response time when scrolling, which causes a noticeable ghosting effect. We were very disappointed to see this, especially considering the tablet's $500 price tag. Finally, although the super sensitive touchscreen is very nice while wearing gloves, we really wish Lenovo would have included a setting to temporarily disable it. The display is oftentimes too sensitive, where it will start taking input from things like sweatshirt sleeves to headphone cables. It's not a major drawback, but it is quite annoying at times and could be easily resolved by adding an option to disable it through a software update. Unlike many Android tablets, the Tab 3 Pro uses a quad-core Intel Atom processor. Performance was very good for the majority of our testing, save for a few minor hiccups here and there. Apps launch fairly quickly and the tablet feels fast, but there's still some occasional lag. Interestingly, Lenovo has included just 2 GB of RAM, which, while enough for basic use cases, can be a bottleneck. Gaming on the Tab 3 Pro was excellent, with smooth performance in Asphalt 8 on high settings. It's not just the graphics performance that makes gaming on the Tab 3 Pro a joy, however. The speakers also make the experience much more immersive. The Tab 3 Pro includes support for 802.11ac MIMO Wi-Fi, GPS, and Bluetooth 4.0. The Wi-Fi antenna is notably strong, something which is sometimes overlooked in Android tablets. Out of the box, the Tab 3 Pro includes 32 GB of internal storage, with the opportunity to expand it via microSD card, up to 128 GB. As noted just a moment ago, the Tab 3 Pro offers an integrated projector, adjustable with the friction kickstand. That projector can output an image of up to 70 inches at 50 lumens and 480p resolution. It's not going to rival traditional projectors in terms of quality or resolution, but that's really not the point. It's more of a novelty than anything, and we can think of more than a few interesting use cases. For example, it was great to have during a recent power outage where I used it to produce just enough light to continue working without being stuck in the darkness. It's also excellent for sharing content, like when I used it the other day to watch Netflix after class. Regardless of how you use it, the integrated projector is a great feature to have, even with its limited brightness and resolution. With a 10,200 mAh internal battery, the Tab 3 Pro offers great battery life. During my battery life tests, I was able to average a little over 7 hours of screen on time with 36 hours of usage. That was with pretty heavy usage too, with hours of YouTube and about a half hour of projecting Netflix during each test. If you scale back your usage to web browsing and reading, for example, it becomes much easier to extend the battery life further. One notable aspect regarding the battery life is the Tab 3 Pro's standby efficiency. While it doesn't quite match the seemingly unbeatable standby usage of the iPad, it did very well in our tests. This is great for light to moderate users who use their tablet more passively, but still want it to last as long as possible. Although the Tab 3 Pro does include a 13 megapixel rear camera, it would likely be best to stick to using your phone. It does seem to be an improvement over the Tab 2 Pro's camera, but it's still lacking a good amount of detail and does very poorly in even the slightest of low light conditions. The 5 megapixel front-facing camera also isn't that great, suffering from similar issues. The camera app offers a fair amount of control, but still focuses on ease of use. The app itself is very nice, but it seems to be unstable, at least on my unit. I noticed that it frequently crashed, to the point where it would sometimes refuse to take pictures altogether, requiring a device restart. Hopefully Lenovo can resolve these issues with a future software update. Speaking of software, the Yoga Tab 3 Pro is running part of Lenovo's Vibe UI over Android 5.1 Lollipop out of the box. Interestingly, Lenovo chose to keep certain stock Android aspects, but ditch others like the notification shade and app icons. We're happy to see the return to a traditional Android launcher, as well as a return to the stock multitasking menu. Thankfully, Lenovo has kept the bloatware to a minimum, shipping the tablet with only a few third-party apps like Evernote and McAfee Security. The latter is likely due to a deal with Intel, but it can be easily uninstalled without resistance. Lenovo's own apps are also kept to a minimum, the most interesting being Lenovo's Sketchpad app. It's pretty sweet for quickly jotting down notes, especially considering that you can use any stylus thanks to Lenovo's AnyPen technology. We do wish it had multi-touch support, however, something that seems a bit odd to exclude. There are still a few areas where the software feels unpolished, but it's much better than last year's attempt. Hopefully Lenovo will fix the buggy aspects and improve the general user experience with future OTA updates. A Wi-Fi only model of the Lenovo Yoga Tab 3 Pro is now available for $499 within the US, and an LTE model is expected to be released soon. The Yoga Tab 3 Pro offers excellent battery life, very good audio, and a great display. There's also bonuses like the kickstand and projector, which make this tablet one of the best for content consumption. If you want to use your tablet for other things, however, the Yoga Tab 3 Pro may not be the best option. It has a lot of minor issues, the performance can be inconsistent, and the software, while improved from last year, is still lacking in terms of stability. We wouldn't consider these issues to be as big of flaws in a tablet costing $300 or even $200 less, but given the Yoga Tab 3 Pro's premium price tag, we were disappointed to see a lack of attention in areas other than content consumption. If you're looking for an Android tablet with exceptional video playback capabilities, or a tablet with a built-in projector for that matter, the Tab 3 Pro is the best option available to date. You'll love it. But if you're looking for something a bit more well-rounded, you may be better off looking elsewhere. Thank you for watching this video, and please make sure to give it a thumbs up below if you enjoyed it. Also, please make sure to subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more content. Finally, be sure to visit the Android Authority website for additional coverage, as we are your source for all things Android.